संस्कार रेडी भयो लिंक पठाइदे न ओके हेलो रोनाल्ड
Hello.
रोनाल्ड रोनाल्ड
Yes, sir. All good, sir.
हेलो हाउ आर यू
Sir, all good, sir. All good, sir. I'm really sorry, sir. I could not attend last meeting, uh, uh, but this meeting I was able to make through. I was able to make some arrangements.
थैंक यू सो मच थैंक यू so nice to have you यार
Thank you, sir. Really, really nice to see the family back. I think this is I've not heard of this before, sir. I think this is really, really nice that everybody has one specific point where we can share things. So really nice to see this.
Thank you, Ronald. Thank you. So, how is everything there? How is COVID?
So it seems to be receding. I think we just had a 40K reporting for today in the past 24 hours. But it's the normalizing, sir.
Okay. It was pretty bad here also, but then now it has been. I mean, somehow the government has curved it down to at least 10% of positivity rate.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I was there in April for a brief moment, sir, and then I just touched and I was back. Throughout this entire COVID era, for the past 1.5, 2 years, I've been working. Most of us in the IT industry, we've been working continuously, sir, without any breaks. In fact, we've had major involvement into our day-to-day work that we're doing.
Okay, maybe work from home. Is it?
Yes, sir. So for us, work from home, otherwise working for a different country was very normal, sir. So we just switched back from office to our own homes, and then we continued working. And
by the way, where is your office located, Ronald?
So I'm in Bangalore, and it's in a place called Belandur, which is almost southeast of Bangalore.
Will you repeat the name? Which place you said?
The place is Belandur.
Belandur.
Belandur, okay. Yes, in Bangalore.
Okay, seems to be. I have not heard of that because I was there for a year or so. After my BTech, I was in Bangalore. No, I worked for a Dell company in Electronic City. It was in Electronic City.
Okay, sir. Quite close on the way to Electronic City. So just almost 10 kilometers difference, I would say. Sir.
Acha. Okay. Where are you putting up now?
Very close to my office. There's a place called HSR Layout. Very close to.
HSR Layout. Yeah. We've heard of that HSR Layout.
Yes, sir. Quite close to the infamous Koramangala. I think that's the major site.
Oh, yeah. Koramangala is.
Yes, sir. Quite close to that.
I was putting up in, uh, just beside Malleshwaram. There is a place called Matikere. IISc Bangalore ko छेउमा.
हजुर sir. Yes, yes sir.
म त्यहाँ थिएँ नि. I was there for a year or so.
Okay, sir. So that's quite a distance, almost 25 kilometers.
Only. Yeah. It's too far.
Yeah, yes, sir. So recently they've all added all these metro which they were able to extend. That has
Mhm.
the commute part has become much more easier that way. I
Yes,
too was
yes.
very close to Malleshwaram in the beginning. I was in
Okay.
Rajashinagar.
Okay.
So
Mm.
metro has helped a lot, but it is not as complex as Delhi metro. It's quite simple here in Bangalore. So
Acha. Namma Metro is working there. No?
yes, sir, has added a lot of help on the commute part.
Let us see your face, sir. If you could switch on your video.
Sure, sir.
Yes. Yeah, you put up a lot of weight, yeah.
Yes, sir. Continuously working from home without much of exercise on outside. So I think that's added a little bit of a layer.
Yeah, we are also having pretty bad time, very bad time because we have to work from home and teaching from home is it's pretty bad for us.
Yes, I can understand, sir.
That that too,
Besides the
that too subjects like artificial intelligence and programming subjects and all. No.
right, sir. So I think Sikkim, I think net connectivity is one of the biggest challenges that we have there.
Yes, Ronald. It's absolutely correct point. Because like places like ours, I'm here in Ranipur. So Ranipur, Gangtok area, and some parts of main town has okay kind of connection. But then far in the villages, it's pretty difficult, very difficult. At least our students are managing, but then think of the school students how they are managing.
Right, sir.
School students,
Must
school
have.
teachers, and everything. They're having tough time, really.
Yes, sir. I can just imagine. So when we were in college, it was really difficult. We used to go to cafes, or otherwise we used to get that broadband. But compared to what we experience and what currently our state has, the infrastructure has really grown high. Uh, that's a positive point. I've seen some of my known relatives who seem to have been following the online classes in school, which is really
Acha.
nice. Really nice. Sir. So I think that way is I think we're on the winning side. Hopefully there'll be fibernet somewhere very fast kind of fibernet. I'm aware of this one fibernet that my sister was updating me the other day. I think Hathway.
Hathways.
Yes. I tried to test some speed or on the go, but I feel that there can be much more improvement there. But yes, in the near future, hopefully there will be much more speed, much more internet in our state.
But it is very expensive, Ronald. Here it is very expensive. I have taken 2 Mbps line and it is charging me near about 1,300 per month.
Okay.
That too never comes 2 Mbps. Every time I test, it will hardly touch 1 Mbps.
Right, sir. So here in Bangalore, home connections, broadband, otherwise the fiber net would usually we have 100, 100, 130, 150 Mbps. But on the go, we touch around 85, 90 Mbps fiber net, which is
Mhm.
really, really nice. That keeps us connected all the time.
And in Siliguri and all, no, Siliguri may I'm my अहिले टेम्परेरी चाहिँ सिलिगुडीमा म बस्दैछु कि सो आई हेभ टेकन अप द्याट जियोको कनेक्सन कि फाइबर
Right, sir.
and they say it is 150 Mbps and it crosses 100, 120, 125 someone touch गर्छ 50 चाहिँ पाएको छैन मैले तर इट्स गुड. आई मिन सिलिगुडीको जस्तो एरियामा राम्रो इन्टरनेट चाहिँ जियो फाइबरले चाहिँ इट हेज कम.
Yes, sir. Geo is done really nice. Hopefully, we'll be able to see some parts of 5G coming up in the next few years. And then even the mobile will have, right now, even 4G is giving very good amount of speed, but 5G will really add more value on the connection part.
Yeah. I think Leknath is here. Another speaker. Leknath, are you here?
Yes, sir, I'm here. I just joined.
Yes. Most welcome, Leknath. Most welcome. So I think both of our speakers have joined. So let's chit chat for 5 more minutes. Let the remaining people join, because we are only 23 now. We are almost 100 plus students in our DCST batch itself. So let's chit chat for 5-10 minutes. Okay, then we'll formally start the program.
Cheers.
Yes, Leknath, you have a senior who is a batch of 2004, I guess.
So 2003 passed on 2006.
2003 batch, yeah, 2003 batch. So here with us is our Leknath, who is an entrepreneur here in Sikkim, who passed out in the year 2017, I guess, right?
No, we passed out in the year 2019, sir. We
19.
have recently passed out batch.
Yeah. So great to have, the different corners of a software industry. Somebody is working for someone and somebody is trying to, get people work for him. So I just wanted to have this kind of mix in this kind of talk, so that our existing students also learn from you all, what are the experiences, what are the difficulties, a lot of challenges are there. And really, Leknath will have सबै भडास निकाल्छ यहाँनिर. सिक्किम will have lot of challenges. सिक्किममा entrepreneurship गर्नु, especially in software industries. So I hope our student learns a lot of things from Leknath, as well as a metropolitan city like Bangalore. I missed Bangalore. I always missed Bangalore, because I was there for a year or so after my college. So forum was the forum is there, no, Korambanglama. फोरम त्यति बेला बनिँदै थियो. हामी त्यो पुग्नै पाएन त्यहाँनिर. So that time I was there, and it's अब त्यो आफ्नो फेट हो होइन, आफ्नो choice of job हो. So I came back leaving Dellको tech support को job. By now I would have been in design or somewhere analyst त हुन्थ्यो होला होइन. It was a tech support, so I got a lecturer here and I came back to Sikkim. So that's my story. So I have my old student. Yeah, Mayank is here.
Hello, yes, sir.
Hi, Mayank.
Oh, Mayank.
Hi, sir.
Oh. You've
Hi,
put on-
भैया कैसे हैं?
all good. You've really put on a weight.
Sir, Ronald sir was my second year semester में मैं इनका वो था trainee था. I was trainee is third final project.
Oh, yes.
Yes. And Nikhil is here. Nikhil Chandak. Nikhil Chandak, if you are here. I think I'm not able to reach to Nikhil right now. So many of old batches are also.
Sorry, I was on mute. So right now here at Kolkata, and really miss the environment and a source of the CCCT. It is a source of knowledge. I have been there for diploma and went to Tamil Nadu for BTech, but CCCT is beyond even the BTech level.
Okay.
Sir, I'll be right back, sir.
Yeah, sure. और मयंक, yes.
Sir.
बताओ क्या चल रहा है?
Sir, अभी तो सर बिजनेस चल रहा है.
अच्छा.
अभी कुछ टाइम लाइक आफ्टर CCCT सर मेरा ट्रेनिंग तो अपना रोबोटिक्स ऑटोमेशन में हुआ था ये कलकत्ता में. उसके
Mhm.
बाद then I got job from there and I worked as a junior engineer. ये अपना टर्मिनल 3 IGI एयरपोर्ट टर्मिनल 3 दिल्ली.
अच्छा अच्छा, हाँ 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 हाँ.
तो मैं उसमें IT में था.
Okay.
So I worked around 1.5 year. After that अपना business ही है around 7-8 years से.
अभी बिजनेस चल रहा है ना आराम से?
हाँ जी सब बढ़िया.
बढ़िया बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया. हाम्रो पुरानो मान्छे धनमाया इज हियर. धनमाया, if you have something to say.
Good evening, sir.
हेलो, गुड इभिनिङ. ठिकै छस् बहिनी?
हजुर सर.
I think Saurabh will join.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yes. SK Roy is also here. Sujit is also here. So I think we have crossed quarter to 4. So I think we'll start our formal session. All right. So all the best to the two speakers here, and hopefully the listeners also will have a nice time. I'm here. Lal sir also will be joining, and all the students, they may be joining in the meantime. And to just for an information, your live streaming is happening in YouTube channel and maybe in the Facebook also. So that's for your information. Okay, Urmila, if you can hear me.
Yes.
Okay, Urmila, today's host, today's moderator, Urmila, I hand over to Urmila.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here this evening. My name is Urmila Rai, final year student of CST. Today we are pleased to welcome Mr. Ronald Richard Lepcha and Mr. Leknath Chhetri, a pass-out student of CCCT. Now I want Ronald Richard Lepcha to share Now I want Mr. Ronald Richard Lepcha to share his experience.
Thank you, Urmila. Hi, all. Thank you for the introduction, Urmila. And I'd like to thank everyone here for letting me be part of this family once again. I'd like to thank my teachers, Biji sir, and I think I saw Arvind sir as well. Thank you so much, sir, for inviting us here on this forum. Like I was saying earlier, this is one good opportunity where we all can come together as a family and share our experiences. At the beginning of this whole meet, I thought I prepared something for sharing with you. But then, of course, I also wanted to share my journey, my journey in this industry so far, from where I've jumped where, and then that's what I would like to share today. But before that, I think I will have to start by thanking all my teachers. I am like in the screen. That's my full name. That's most of the details that are there. Yes, all of that is me. So I'd like to thank all my teachers. I remember all my teachers: Prerna ma'am, Angela ma'am, Raghav sir, Kan sir, Dipankar sir, and Subodh sir, Shweta ma'am, Tenzing sir, Rafael sir, Praveen sir, Anup sir, and Vijay sir had given me a book on digital electronics. I still remember the name of the writer because it's the same as my name, Ronald J. Tossi. So my journey with CCCT started back in Singtam when when our college was there, and the college building that is there in Chisopani right now at this point was in its final stages. So I think we were the last batch. We passed out 2006, and that's from there we moved on to our specific own careers. But before that, I think we were the last. I remember Mayank, who was on the call. He is from the batch which is wearing blue dress, I guess. And I just love the energy, Mike, that your batch had. I hear even Sudeep would be here. He's another person who had great energy to share with everybody. To just look at you come just behind us was very energetic, and uh, and all of the other juniors from Blue Batch. I remember Genelia. Her name is Genelia Blue Dress. I think Telcom DTT. So back then, I think in Singtam, since we're spread out into a few buildings, we in touch with all our juniors, all our seniors, and that was one of the, I think, fundamental stages where, I mean, the give and take of life, which is learning, I feel, started for me. And from from there, I would like to add that I am in software industry, but in first semester I was doing a bit of filing on the mechanical department, and I think that has added a level of concentration and that level of minute detailing that we can add into our day-to-day life. And all of my learning in CCT has really helped me uh, foresee things. And I think from COVID, I can pick up the word, the mathematical modeling of life, where I am supposed to be, where I can be, how much I can try. So all these fundamentals started in CCT. Uh, so to share with you from what happened after CCT, that is 2006 and onwards, I just like to share. Hopefully, I will be able to, add something in your lives where this will be helpful to you at some stage. So after passing out uh, CCT, I was briefly in Mumbai. A bunch of us who were there in Mumbai, we did not plan out very well, I'd say, in terms of where we would board and all that. And there was this specific event in 2006 in Mumbai, which is why it was a little bit difficult. And then we decided that okay, we will join specific companies that we were assigned to, and I decided to move on with my career. So I went north to Jaipur. That's where I've completed my bachelor's degree, and uh, I passed out in 2009. So by then, this one specific viral thing in the IT industry was recession, and I passed out right at that time when that was at the peak. And however, I think that adds a lot to my learning experience, and what I would be able to plan in my foreseeable future. Where should I be headed towards? But just as a pass out my BE engineering, I was offered a monthly salary of 5.5K in a software industry, and back then it was .NET, ASP.NET. I had to work on that and all the front end and all that thing. I was offered this job by one of the largest IT exporter from Rajasthan, Jaipur, Compicom. So, but I could not look at that 5.5K, and because my plan from the beginning was that okay, just like I think Urmila, I think I can relate to you on the final stages of our passing out. There's this whole big dilemma that comes through to us. Where do we head towards? What is my next step? I've done this project and I need to move towards that. So all of that was with us as well. I'd like to expand slowly afterwards what has happened, what is my experience. So yes, so that kind of opportunity or choices of opportunities would be there with everybody. It's there with everybody of us. It's what choices that we make and how we utilize that opportunity. That is much more important. So in my case, after my bachelor's degree, I did not join the software company which was offering me 5.5k, just 5,500 per month. Uh, it was not what I expected, and I was looking for something a big fish like IBM. But I was just a fresher, so a fresher and without additional training, just the academics that we have, the syllabus that we have. I had my whole, bunch of studies from my diploma and my engineering, and then I was looking out to get a job, and that too at the peak of recession, which did not work in my favor. So I went on to join tech support, and I did that in two different companies. And the beginning was not in Jaipur. I was looking for a job in Delhi, IBM, but it did not go as planned, and then which is why I moved to Dell, Chennai, and that's where I picked up uh, my planning. There had to be finesse on that step by step. So that's where I started to understand how things has to move. So I worked in Dell, and I was handling some XPS and Alienware support kind of tech support kind of stuff. So from there, I moved on to a company called as CSS Corp, which is basically into this networking whole stuff, VoIP and networking devices, routers, modems, and all those things. So I was partially part of that. From there on, I got the, I think, taste of blood, I would say, taste of uh, being in a corporate with the knowledge of handling network devices, network connection, starting from the basics. So that's when I decided, okay, I need to do something more onto this. So that's where I was, and hi Vishal. So that's where I was, and but then uh, during this time, I had not otherwise I did not stop communicating with my seniors, with my colleagues, and I was in touch with most of them. And there was one friend of mine who's right now in Mumbai in one of the corporates. I think that should be TCS. Otherwise, yeah, I think it's TCS. So his name is Kudan Prasad. He is from Telecom DTT, same year pass out, and he was in Bangalore at that point. So he called me in, and then that's how I got into one of the companies here. I started as a technical trainer, then I started my journey on learning more. And what's that part is the whole set of Microsoft MCSA, part, and various operating systems and the underlying things that are there, the technical part of it. And then about 6 or 7 years back, I joined the current company, Accenture. So at this point, at this stage in life, I'm working here in Accenture as a senior analyst supporting app and cloud-based things here. And I work at level 3 on this project, and my project is from a UK company, which is based on broadcasting. But uh, as a whole, I get to have a first-hand experience a few things. Like if you remember, some years back, uh, there was this thing called as WannaCry ransomware. During that time, I was at office, and the thing is that what we hear in news, WannaCry ransomware, and what you get to experience in a project. Of course, you are not on the exposed side of the industry as out in the internet, but industries they kind of prepare for this kind of stuff. So I was in that team, and there was lots of work continuously for about 3 to 4 days continuously, and we were joined by the highest level of leadership in the team, that is the whole of India, because that was something really scary at that point. And first-hand experiences, again, very recently, uh, uh, there was a major outage in one of the ISPs, internet service provider in UK, Akamai, and that affected so many things. And we had to be part of a meeting, which then would go into kind of a defense mechanism sort of thing when things like these happen. So right now, I'm exposed to all of this. I think you might have heard very recently, just day before there was death of John McAfee, and well, it is now said that he's committed suicide. But I think Jonathan Snowden, sorry, Edward Snowden, he's the guy. He has given a few more thoughts on that. But uh, throughout all my journey, throughout all of my learning, I would like to share that. Reaching from where I was all confused, all with lots of choices in front of me after CCT to where I am. What I've done, I've consistently followed is this one thing I'd like to say is never giving up. So I was always in touch with my seniors. I'd like to say a little bit about that. The Green Batch, I think, passed out year 2005. There is one particular individual I'd like to take his name. His name is Braj Kishore. He runs his own company based out of, I think right now it's in Ranchi, but it was originally conceptualized in Mumbai. So he's providing micro processors all over India. So that can be, college and kit, wherever microprocessor is, or the applicability can be added. So I was regularly in touch with all of my seniors, most of my seniors. Braj Kishore also helped me during my engineering days. He passed out with me on the same college, but we were working on separate areas. So what I'd like to share with the audience here today is that I think we when we have opportunities, when we may a little bit not be aware of what lies ahead, we will need to go ahead and attempt and learn from our failures, because the foundation of success will always stay in something that we've attempted or may have not been able to make it through. So that will really help us plan, execute in a better way. So I would like to share that with the team today. That yes, all of my journey throughout, I have failed many times, but I have just continue to attempt each time. Maybe if not this route, then that route. So I've continued to do that, and uh, uh, yes, that has helped me a lot. I have trained myself many a times out of the academics. Something else which is available in the market, for example, I think at this point, cloud is a hot cake in the industry, and yes, that is something that we can look into. We need to get, there are lots of certifications available, AWS, Azure, and starting with the basics and onwards. These things are available online at any given time. You can follow these courses and you can be part of the industry just like that. So I'd like to share this experience of mine with you, and uh, would like to encourage you that we need to go ahead and be aware of our surrounding, which is very dynamic. It's not static. It's changing each and every time. I'm unsure what other things currently in the updated syllabus, but if there's something that seems that okay, in the next 4 to 5 years, this may go somewhere, and the success criteria, do not look into that. I think first thing is that we need to attempt. We need to keep on learning, and what matters is that even if you fail, you need to continue moving ahead. So that will keep us pushing on to reach to a level where I think in some time you would look back and you would be proud of yourself. So that is one thing I'd like to share. I would also like to thank everything that I was taught in my college days. I remember Dipankar sir used to run. Dipankar sir, I'm not sure he's there if he's there in the current faculty team, but he was one of the faculties who taught us dry run test on C language. This has really helped me plan my automation part on the PowerShell thing that I was running in the current industry. I used to do things in my head first, then I write it down, and then I code it and put it on a production environment, test it, and and simple things like these that really matter, and will help you contribute to get from point A to point B faster, a bit in a better way. So I think your fundamentals, yes, that's really going to help you. Just keep on trying, and I'm sorry if I'm not. Yes, it's just just aware of time. So Yes, so that's what I'd like to share with all of my juniors. If you feel that there's some kind of help or some kind of advice that I can share with you personally on a day-to-day basis, I'll share with you my contact details, and if there are anything that I can share with you, I'll certainly be able to respond and help you and guide you through. Uh, I work in Accenture, and I'm basically into the Microsoft industry. So with that, I'd like to share this little one-to-one with all of you, and like to thank everybody here in the team, Vijay sir, Arvind sir, and the faculty who had invited me earlier to join this session. And to the next speaker, I'd like to share this moment, and would like to hand it over back to you, Ormila. Thank you. I think, Urmila, you there?
Thank you, Mr. Ronald Richard Lepcha, for sharing us your nice thoughts and experience.
Thank you.
Now I want Mr. Leknath Chhetri to share his experience.
Hi, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Uh, as I think you can see it there, my name is Leknath Chhetri. And for the past 2 years, I'm running an IT firm out of Sikkim. And the company is called Bowls Innovation Private Limited. And it's been 2 wonderful years just after, a great time at CCCT. And first of all, I would like to start by thanking all the teachers there, especially Vijay sir and Lal sir, Prerna ma'am, especially the DCST ones. And since I was like not sure when I was passing out of my school what will be my next step, I came across this diploma in engineering option, and then I just randomly started discussing those things with my family, and then one day I was actually already going to another school. I took up science, uh, pure science, as they call it here. So I took up pure science. I was like, a little uh, above average kind of a student. So obviously the next step after class 10th would be, pure science. So later on, as I, went, and the school was going really good for me, but then uh, there was one moment when I was a bit confused about things, how I'm going to uh, do in future, and I was worried about those things. When you are in you're 16 or 15, you are in your the mid of your teenage. Once in a while, you do think about your future, and you get worried. Like where you are, where do you find yourself, and you look around yourself, and then you just introspect. And at that moment, engineering happened to me, because from the very beginning, I was the kind of student who would, like to do things on my own and experience it, and then later on, find the all the science and logic behind it. So it's like a usual thing for any student like that to take up engineering, and then in later phases, to go for the career, take oriented career, and then make it big there. But then my story is a little different. Whatever I told you just now, that is also true. But there is another side that I want to share with you all today. If time permits, I would like to go in detail, so that students, my juniors, some of them, I think some of you all, I know you all personally, and some of you might be new. So I would like to share a few things that happened when I was in City, that made me take this decision to become an entrepreneur, or at least try to become one. So I would like to share a few things about uh, what made me take the decision and start something that most of the people from our college or from technical background have tried before in Sikkim, but very few could get the result out of it, at least the desired results. So I would like to highlight few things that, especially the junior ones, especially the ones who are right now in their final year, and they are just like just now Ronald he highlighted that all the confusion dilemma, and sometimes it happens like you find yourself in a place where uh, nothing makes sense anymore. Like you most of the students, we are around like 30-35 people in one class, one batch in a single department. And when we talk about these things, it's all only about we were confident, we were always sure about these things. These are the students these are the story of very few students who sit in the front bench. I am one of among them. So I would like to highlight a little different side of this story. And if that works out for everyone, then I would like to highlight a few things that you can do when you are already there in CCCT, so that your situation is a bit better than what I just said. So for me, engineering started like most of us, just like for all of us here. uh, when I was in second year, I started realizing that whatever I was learning, it was making sense. It was actually great, and I could go back to my place, and then I would go for a whole night study sometimes, and I would go really deep into those things. But then somewhere, what happens in places like Sikkim, from the places where we come from, we don't find relevant things around us to support whatever we are studying there. So that is one thing, most of the students doing their major project right now might be feeling right now. So uh, that is one reality that every one of us we come out of when we pass out of CCCT. So major project is one such thing that will help, that helps us as students to realize what is my field, what is one thing that I should be focusing on right now, so that I can make a career out of it, or I can go for higher studies. What should I identify for myself? So most of us had that question. To some extent I still have that question. And that is where one thing comes into play, that is uh, learning. And along with learning, what is more important is connecting with the right people or right resources to find out the right people who can guide you, or maybe at least ask you the right questions, so that ask that same question to yourself again, and quickly confirm that whether whatever you are doing, whatever you are thinking right now, whatever you may perceiving your situation is right now, whether that is even correct in the actual case. So these are the questions we should be asking ourselves. Because uh, if I revisit my memory and see, tell you a story about my major project. I did my final year's industrial training in my machine learning. We were actually interested, I along with my uh, project group, and that eventually became my co-founding members. We are 4 people here in Malli. We operate an IT firm, and we are 4 people. All of us, we are from CCCT, and 3 of us are from the same batch, 2019 pass out batch, and 3 of us were the 3 idiots behind that machine learning project. And that in some way changed the way we used to look at engineering, or just you can say IT as an industry that we used to look at. So when we are in college, we think our career, it is a linear thing. Whatever goes on, it's like you come out of a school, you do your diploma. If you like to go for a job, you'll get a job, you'll do your job, and then your career is fixed. Otherwise, if you want to go for a higher study, you'll go for a higher study. And then after that, whether you'll sit for the campus placement thing, or you'll go for you go venture out, learn something, you'll do something on your own, or you just join any other company through off campus placement or anything. Or for us here here in Sikkim, we have another option. We go for government jobs. That is still prevalent, and that makes sense till today. Also, it is still relevant. Waiting and going on for your government job. That is also good. So what happened with us and why we became entrepreneur? That will solve many questions that are in the heads of our young ones still studying there in CCCT. So when we were doing machine learning project, we were running here and there, constantly giving headaches to the PJ sir and Lal sir, asking questions. And we were actually not being able to figure out anything at all. So we had done our training, so we could not blame anyone. There was no point of complaining since we had already spent, you know, a lot of money and almost a month there in Kolkata. So when you come back, you have just 6 months to finish your major project, and we happened to take up machine learning project, and that was trending. So that will be one thing, we'll take in our mind, and we'll think that no, we are made for this project, this idea, or this inspiration, whatever idea we get, or we collectively think about. We are like, we constantly push ourselves to think about those things and do research. And in the end, already like 4 or 5 months, it went away, and then we had a project. It was working well. We even published a review paper, and then we were yet to publish the final research paper, but that didn't happen. We'll soon do it. Actually, we are still working on that research part. But what we came across that made us take this decision to become entrepreneurs, like most of us there in CCCT, despite having so well experienced, so talented, so supportive teachers, and despite having that peaceful environment, where you don't have to worry about anything at all, we fail to tap the right thing that we want for ourselves only. So last time when I submitted my topic, I wanted to highlight things I wish I had done in CCCT, because these things are the ones that will make sense to you, that will be relevant to the juniors, so that when you people come out of your college, you can at least have few solid options that you can completely rely on, and you can go on and explore it. Maybe you will feel, some of us will feel anyways, we are facing it here, you people will face it tomorrow or day after tomorrow. We are bound to fail someday. But then if you fail while doing something you really wanted to do, for something you actually left your home, or you decided not to go to your graduation college or anything, then it won't hurt you. You won't feel anything. It was really hard for us to accept the fact that we were not being able to execute the major project well, because we thought we had prepared enough, and then we had all the knowledge, not all the knowledge, but then we at least knew the way how things worked, and we believed we had enough resources with that. And then we straight away jumped to the project, and then we started finding out slowly. We, as we go deeper, we realized how we are as a person, what is my capacity as an individual to execute a given project, or a given task in general. So when we are in college, we really think about those things. We really come across a word like introspect. That's a big word for us there when we are that phase. And for me personally, I joined the CCT with another reason. Uh, that was like, I was always interested in music. So I thought engineering colleges, they have really cool rock and roll bands. So that was also one motivation behind it. But still, yeah, that also happened. So when I was in college, I think most of the juniors, they know that we had a band, and I used to play bass for that. So that is also one story. But uh, no, no matter where you get into, or whatever you are doing right now, maybe some of you are still working in your major project. If you think that idea is not something that you would like to just fail for, then just give up on that. Don't do it. If you genuinely feel that there is an idea, there is one there is one vertical, there is one technical field where you want to do research, or you want to execute a project and demonstrate it to your college. If that there is one topic that genuinely that means something to you, then go for it. Fail on that, redo it, and then you will anyways execute it. Whatever we do in do as projects in diploma college, especially in CCCT, those are very, very research and academic based, wherein we don't have many success criteria to consider. It's just about checking your uh, working values. How consistent are you as a you know uh, uh, workforce, or you can just consider yourself as a any if you are doing a research-based project, for the time being, you are a scientist. And if you are, developing some kind of platform, software platform, then for the time being, you are the software engineer. You are the app front-end designer. You have the, control about your UI and UX. You have control about everything. So why don't we just, get into it in a deeper level? Because anyways, no matter what you do, even if you fail, you are eventually going to come out of that college with a diploma engineering degree. So take that time, take that, whatever time period you have. It's like generally 6 months, switch between ideas, and play with the information you are provided by your teacher, because most of the time whatever our teachers they tell us when we ask questions, those things do not make sense right away. But then if you go back home, you think over and over those things, whatever your teacher gave you as answer, then you'll figure out something. And that used to happen with us, because PJ sir used to be our project guide when we were doing a major project, and the whole day we used to roam around Namchi, Gantok, Singtam, and we used to go searching for data set, since we were doing machine learning project. So in the end, we would come back home hopeless, frustrated, tired, with still no idea where to find the right data set, how to, if there is no, existing uh, resources like that, then we had to create one for ourselves. So with that, almost 4 months passed away and passed on. Then we were, panicking, and then finally we got the idea that, why not for a demonstration project on a college level, maybe we can do that with uh, dummy data set that we could, generate by, some sort of algorithm that we devised in the last hour. And then we executed that project, and somehow we cleared our diploma, and then we came out. But then with that major project experience, one thing was certain for us, that no matter where we go, whether IIT or SMIT or SIM or any XYZ college, whether you get your job in TCS or maybe in Apple or Accenture, any company, whatever things you will be doing, or whatever thing you expect you or your friend to be doing, you will be doing. It's like whatever you're doing, it's similar to whatever you're doing right now. The amount of effort, it's always your choice. The amount of failures and no threshold that you set for yourself. If I fail for next 2-3 times, then I'll give up and I'll change my idea, or I'll change my field or my profession. That is one way to look at it. But then every time you put your, every time you give your try, you put your, you decide to give an attempt, you always have the control over amount of effort that you are going to put, amount of hard work that you are going to put. So if you are, not sure about the thing that you are working on, and you are still figuring out a way to, motivate yourself and put more and more effort, that you will make it a big hit someday, then it's not going to work anyways. It will be 2 or 3 years, 10 years, 15 years, 16 years. The idea will not only, not even make sense to you, even if you wait for 10 years. But then if there is something that really drives you, that has something relevant or that makes sense to you, then even if you, feel, you will, you never have to, go out and find out those self-help books, or look after for another YouTube motivational video to, put more effort and bring out some result. So if the thing that you are doing really excites you, then you won't have problem putting effort. And even after putting so much effort, if you fail, then still you won't have problem. You'll have enough courage to get up and do it again. But but if you are just following the trend, and you think whatever you are doing right now is enough and it will make you, succeed one day, then probably that's an illusion. Not probably, that is actually an illusion, that most of us, while we are in our early 20s, or we are just in our late teenage, those are just like fantasies that we live in. Otherwise, if something really moves you, then you will anyways be always ready to put effort and take and go an extra mile. So that was in context to our major project. And while doing major project, if you are experiencing anything like this is not the thing I wanted to do as my major project, then change it right away. If you are not feeling like putting effort into it, even if it's the last moment, wait for another 6 months, do it. Because you, while you are in your uh, college, especially with teachers and environment so supportive like CCCT, you should really figure out few things in your life, and one being your sincerity towards your work. So after a major project happened, we came here, and then with but this time there is a difference between we as a group with my co-founders doing major project and starting up this company. While we were doing major project, that was another trendy thing, and then we picked it up. We thought we had enough expertise, or we had learned enough, or maybe we could do enough to justify that idea, and somehow we failed in so many aspects. And then later on we came to Maldi. We decided to start up some sort of startup company. We still had no idea what we were going to do. We had few ideas. We had figured out few ideas. We discussed those with BJ sir, and with few startup uh, coach that do those were available here in Sikkim. Anyways, we don't get that kind of resources in Sikkim. So if you have anything to do with the startup, if you feel that you want to do, then connect with me. I'll help you connect with the people who can actually guide you through all the processes. Again, we'll coming back to the story. We had no clue, no idea, no product, anything at all. We just came out, and some of my co-founding, some of the friend from my co-founding team, they had applied for this, and I didn't even went to, I didn't even go to give exam, because I was so sure that even though we don't have anything right now, if we sit together, if we every day we study, every day we if we work hard, then someday something will trigger us, and then something will happen, something wonderful will happen, that will give meaning to all these meaningless ventures, and going here and then saying I'm struggling and all. So these things are not making sense yet, but then I know these things will make sense someday. So we had no idea. We decided to do startup, and then Vijay sir told us something very, very wonderful. Okay, again, I already highlighted something when I was discussing about major project. I'll repeat it again. If your teacher is saying something that is not making sense right away, then go back home, relax, and start thinking about that same thing again. So Vijay sir told us that you don't have to become next Ritesh Agarwal or anything. Right now, don't even think about those concepts. Just go around, look around things, talk with people, interact with them, do something meaningful to your surrounding, your society, maybe your own village, to maybe your own family. Do something meaningful. From there, you'll start knowing the definition of value that we discuss in a startup environment. Because nowadays the startup is not about achieving profitability. It's not about uh, serving a single purpose or anything. It's about creating values that can impact people at uh, larger outreach. So these things we just learned. Back then we had no idea about those things. So we went back. My boys, they went to hostel, and I used to stay outside. So I went out, and for a few weeks we again roamed around. We were hanging out, and we were discussing how to do it. And then uh, we came here in Maldi because one of our co-founding member, Ong Siring. I think most of you people know Ong Siring. He used to be our senior, one batch senior to us. So he had one connection in Maldi who was also a local entrepreneur. Who he was, he had returned from UK after working for a software company. And then he called us, and we discussed few things, and we decided to come to Maldi still with no idea. And we came. We stayed here for a month. Then we ran out of money. Uh, Obviously, that happens. That is the first thing that will happen. In any scenario, you'll run out of your money first. So we ran out of money, but uh, not the motivation. We were still so motivated. And then slowly things started coming up to us. We started getting projects. We started with consulting, since we still had no idea of our own to work on. So we started with consulting. Initially we started with full stack development. We were into software development. So we used to get projects from various freelancing sites and platforms. So we executed. So after couple of months, we became at least for ourselves we became financially independent. Then we realized one thing, that whatever ideas we were discussing in college, whatever things we were discussing in college, those were just jugaads. And jugaad to an engineer is should be like an insult, because there are two things. See, uh, one being jugaad and another being innovation. We as professionals, we being trained in world class institution, as we say, globally competent institute, CCCT. We were trained in that environment, and we come out talking about jugaad. That doesn't suit, at least to our generation. Why? I will explain it. See, jugaad is something that you do to solve a certain problem in a given scenario where you don't have the proper resources or proper uh, tools that you need for that. But we are not the right person to use the word jugaad, or even execute something as jugaad in first place. We should be the one chasing innovation, striving daily, trying to mobilize resources so that we can innovate in the end. Innovation is like equally like the process, and it's also the product. So it's there is no such thing as innovative product and the regular ghisa pita process. So these things you realize as you start doing, as you start feeling, as you start embarrassing yourself or your team, then only these things will come to you. Otherwise, even if somebody comes to you and says jugaad is this and innovation is that, that won't make sense to you until unless you don't have you haven't worked out like months and months, and in the end your result is another jugaad. And in the market there is no value for jugaad. There is value for innovation, and that is what we are supposed to do. Yeah, even as you being an employee of some tech company, or you being an entrepreneur trying to do something disruptive in the market, or you just as a another responsible person in your society trying to solve a given problem. So uh, here I would like to highlight this difference. Okay, in colleges, even when we were in college, where you were always actively involved in the discussion, involving topics like jugaad, how we as workforce are good with jugaad, and that makes us valuable. Those are false claims that are made popular by our own generation via all those social media platforms. We create bubble for our own self, and then later on we are we burst that bubble for our own self, and then some of us we get disappointed, some of us we get lesson, and we move on with our life. So uh, especially to my juniors, I think all the seniors here, they have realized these things, and they are doing quite well in their life. So we should not be the one to chase jugaad. Instead, we should be the one to at least facilitate innovation. You don't have to be the one innovating it, but if there is something that can be done, or something innovative that is happening, you can at least be the one enabling it. You can at least be the one facilitating it, and that is what right now we are doing through Bol's innovation. We started as as a young and a reckless group of four boys passed out of CCCT. Now we are like around 15 people, and along the way we been the one to revive one of the heritage IT project in Sikkim, that is India's first cyber village at Malitara Payong GPU. And from this year, we are 100% functional, and we are going paperless at a village level local governing body. So here, every time we think about doing something on this scale, where certain people like I'll talk about cyber village here. Okay, if I think Divusta is also in this group. One very wonderful thing is that one of our senior, he is the panchayat member of this GPU where I am right now, Maledara Payong GPU, and he was one of the key force behind the success of this project. So uh, one of our senior from CCCT only was here as a panchayat member. So it made us, it made it very, very easy for us to, implement certain concepts, even to discuss certain things. You need people who understand that domain. As an IT person, doing certain things in your own local uh, in your own region, that you'll find is people will not understand your, not even a single sentence. It will be hard for you to explain a single HTML text box tag to your your counterpart, your team member who is working as some kind of resource person. Because we as an IT professional, we are enablers only. There are already going on operations, and we enable something there. We transform that workplace, or we either transform that overall concept in a certain way, so that it becomes convenient or more accessible. So we just enable those things. So we have to constantly connect and work with people. And if you, at that time, if you fail to communicate, then the entire project or entire venture fails. So again, coming back to the innovation, it's not the final final destination, or maybe the final result that most of us, we anticipate. That innovation is not the result. It's actually the process, the way the way you execute a certain thing. uh, that will only tell you whether you are delivering something innovative, or it's just another jugaad coming out of a place that is known for jugaad only. So again, I will highlight something about my journey, and why how we are working here in Bolts Innovation as a young IT company based out of Sikkim, which is a very very tough place for an IT venture to survive. So we came across three words, not came across. We, in this process of 2 years, we figured out three words that can be very, very helpful for our juniors and for most of us here. Is number one being, there are three words, okay? Number one is learn, that should never stop. Another is, number two is connect. You should keep on connecting with people with the right resources. Uh, and the third one is innovation and innovate. So these are the three words that we follow here. So we learn, we connect, and we innovate. We started as an IT company, but right now we are not just an IT company. Uh, we have students coming from SMIT, NARIST, and various other institutes in region. We have students coming from CCCT also. So right now, uh, we are trying to create an environment wherein, at the same time you are learning, you can create something. You can uh, create something just for the sake of learning only. And that is the freedom that we don't get in colleges usually, because we have a very defined curriculum or syllabus that you have to follow, and that is also important. But at the same time, being that kind of person, most of us are that guy, those those young kids, as kids, we have broken few things, we have messed up with few people, we are always so chulbul people there in CCCT. That is why we always had that full of life kind of environment there, because most of us, we are always the doing kind of people, the ones who do see for themselves and satisfy themselves. So we had a very very full of life kind of environment there in CCT. So we are trying to create something like that here, but without the restrictions of your curriculum, your syllabus. And so far we have had around 10 to 15, 10 to 15, we had around 20 to 30 people who joined us, and they tried to make something, and they tried to break something, they did something, and they that made sense to them. And uh, some of them joined us here, they decided to stay back here, and then now we are focusing on making this the dream of cyber village success in the state level only. So right now we are assessing the results of cyber village. That is also very very exciting. It's not like a typical software engineering project that you might perceive in your mind. Right now we are going door to door, every village, door to door, every household, and we are interacting with the people, the ones who work whole day in their farms, the ones who drive their cab to feed, to run their family, the ones who are actually living around us. We right now we are enabling a platform that will make the that will make their life convenient. And them here I am discussing, they are the ones who are living around us. They are the ones, they are us actually. The place where we come from, it's not like so much tech savvy, so much competitive, or so much into attaining the optimized level of any given thing. So we are slowly inculcating those things in our day-to-day operation, because see, we are here through Cyber Village, we are trying to empower a local level governing body. And these are the things that directly impact the kind of life we live. And if we can change the way these things function, then obviously we'll have more and more young inquisitive minds, and who are ready to create something and break it, and again make mistake, again learn from it, and grow out of it. So enabling that environment takes a lot more than just thinking that I can do it, or we together as a team do it, we can do it. Uh, that uh, you know f- that extra mile that I was highlighting, it's like realizing you are part of something, and then your actions do have value and do makes impact. Whatever you think, it can be materialized into a certain product, however useless or useful that product may be. Whatever you are thinking right now, whatever you might idealize, you might have an idea about, those things can be materialized, and then and the usability, utility, or it's relevant, whether that thing is relevant or not, those things can be scaled or measured through a certain certain given methods or processes. And those things can be done in here around in the surrounding where you are right now. It's not like you have to be there in California to write the next wave of change, or whatever you say. Maybe the next wave might not be coming from California, might be, it might be coming from some other country, maybe Bangladesh. We don't consider Bangladesh while growing up as an IT people, IT students. But then see, if you go and get deeper into it, if there are a few domains where countries like people from countries like Bangladesh and even India, we are known for quite a lot of things in the world of IT. And being from this place and still discussing Jugaad, it seems a bit uh, no, it's an irony for us to just discuss Jugaad, because why I am coming back to the word Jugaad again and again, and because it's tiring now. Okay, after a certain point, things become tiring, and things uh, become unhealthy for us to discuss uh, in a certain given circle. Like uh, last time I will highlight a story. Okay, last time I was in a conferences like this, and there were people from different industries, from the tourism and similarly logistics and different industries, young minds, some very very old minds, really experienced one. And suddenly the topic from innovation, it started drifting down to Jugaad. Okay, and then at one point of time, it became really unbearable for me, and then I left that conference. And here I can highlight these things because I believe right now we are here as a family, where my learnings can be uh, helpful to so many of you. It might be helpful or it might not be. And where any input given by anyone else can also be equally impactful to so many of us. So that's why I'm highlighting these things. uh, Execution is the key, and along with that, we must maintain uh, that curiosity, that drive to do something innovative. If you are really doing something, you are really into doing something, then why you should be looking out for things like, sometimes you can just go out of your way and just be another one, showing off your their, jugaad, or just making it tough for another person to, you know make it, better. So we have to be very, very thoughtful while, deciding what we are going to do. It's better you don't think anything, you just start doing it, because to make something out of something, then you have to have that idea, you have to know the, goals that you want to achieve or anything. But to learn, you just need to have that question, what is that, what is this, if I can do this, maybe I could do this, if I learn this thing, then I might be able to do that. So these are just, random questions, random things that you can discuss with your friends, while your teacher is teaching in front and you are in the back bench. Anyways, kusur kusur is anyways going. It was there when, the our college was, established, and it was 1999, and it was still there when I was, I passed out in 2019, and it is going to be there till 2029, 2050. It is going to be there. So this kuchur kuchur is going to be there. So we can just replace the topic, because these topics have become really, really old and obsolete now. Discussing uh, certain things, those are only repetitive, and those things are not going to give any new results. So instead of that, maybe we can discuss how, how my cousin is making money out of this crypto wave. How is he learned to ride that crypto wave? And in fact, it's, it makes me so happy to see that, now students of, who are still there in their high school class 9 and 10, they are, actively into this discussion of, what will be the next big thing. uh, they are discussing, uh, at least, they are hosting this WordPress site for themselves. They are forming this and that communities, some clubs, some social level, activity, groups and all. So that proves that, the new generation that is coming, that is not just going to be studying in the classroom, but they are going to be doing something outside the classroom. And oh, sorry, I lost my internet. So we will be making a lot of mistakes. We will be getting, disappointed a lot of time, and then most of the time we are going to be clueless till we are, hit a certain age. About certain things, and I'm okay about, just going and hitting on the wall and just coming back and sleeping tomorrow morning again, in the same world, until and unless I, satisfy myself, yeah, this is now done, this is the wall, I will not have to, hit again, I should not hit that again, because there is another way from, just beside that. So just keep on, doing things, and just keep in your head that if something is not driving you, if something is not making you, question the answer given by the teacher, by your own teacher, or maybe your dad at home, maybe your senior brother or anyone. If you are not satisfied with the answer, no matter how correct, you think it is, if that doesn't convince you, then go out. Give the wrong answer 100 times, then you'll eventually realize, what was the right answer. Maybe the answer given by your teacher was right. That could be correct. You just chose to go out and see for other answers. So just do it. And regarding uh, being sure about things, and putting effort, because most of the time we just think about putting effort as a one time thing, and it will just give you results. It's not that. When you start actually working in the real time situation, you have to put multiple, effort, like over and over again, on the same thing, and still you won't get the result. You have to change the approach to it. And you know at the same time, you have to, maintain a certain thing. So the key is to be, always open for learning, and you should be open to connect, and you should be focusing in how you are communicating yourself, or whether you are you can understand the way other people, or any other thing around you is communicating to you. And the third one, innovation. It is not like, you build something and that suddenly becomes innovative. or you have an idea and you just tag that as innovative idea. These are just innovation is not marketing claim. It's like a day-to-day process, a process that we follow, that people follow to deliver something extraordinary. And innovation should not be another bubble that our generation will create in Instagram and just burst it for our own self. So let's grow out of the jugaad chit chat system that we have. And because I can say that we have, because I just passed out of there and it's been 2 years and I keep visiting that place, so I know that. And we have to come out of that thing where we constantly obsess over a certain thing, and we just fail to evaluate whether that thing is even creating any value in our life. So some things are hard to uh, digest, but then we have to anyways. That's life. At least for a 22-year-old person, that's life. You have to be there and be ready to accept the truth. If you understand something as a truth, you believe, if you are provided with the right thing, the right facts and figures, to right data to back a certain claim, then you have to accept it as an adult. So we have few bubbles that we need to burst, first of all. And jugaad is not the thing anymore. That is not driving the world anymore. And in the end, I would like to end the interaction here by saying that we have really awesome environment there in CCCT for the people who want to do something, who want to make it big in life. It's just that we fail to realize those things while there in CCCT, and when we come out of the college, we just go back to teachers constantly. I still run behind BJ sir and all the teachers there, because I know for so many of my questions, the answers are already there in their head. I don't have to go through this book, big books, or go through 1,000 pages on a given website or anything. So instead of scrolling, why don't you ask your teacher? This way you'll just have uh, a better you know starting point. You'll have the right place to start from. You'll have the right place to navigate through all the pages and this and that in your Google, or if you search in internet, or if you still going the same old way, you go through library, turn around like 10 to 15 books, and you will still find nothing. You'll come out disappointed. But if you ask your teacher, if you can communicate your question well enough, then your teacher will obviously point out that book on that shelf, that side of the library, or they'll say, I'll send you the link, you just read that article or blog. So three words we should remember, at least I believe these words, these three words have been really helpful for me, and I still I continue to use that in everything I do. It's like you have to learn. That learning, it's like you get from others, as well as you have to be prepared to learn for yourself. Self learning is one thing, and another is connecting. That comes with communication. uh, I should give a shout out to Jyoti ma'am. She is one person uh, who can make communication so simple and so easy to understand and so easy to implement. And that is one reason today I can just uh, I can sit in front of you all and share my experience. And another thing, third one is innovation. So innovation do comes with a lot of things that you will explore for yourself, and we explore for ourselves only. And it is different for all of us, each one of us, for each one of us, things will be different. uh, the way I had to face a certain things, it might not be same with you. uh, the toughest thing for me might be the easiest one for you. It happens. This is the way things are. So I would like to end my session here only. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Mr. Na, for sharing us your enjoyable thoughts and experience. So, existing students and anyone, if have any questions, they may ask, and I request the senior to respond.
In case anyone has the question.
Hi, Vijay sir. Can I speak?
Yes, yes, Ms. Jyoti ma'am, most welcome.
You know, I missed the first phase completely, the one you had last week. So today also, I don't know, by chance I saw this link and I logged in without looking at who was speaking. So I was doing my work and just listening. And a 22-year-old boy, with speaking with such profoundness, I was so sure it would be Leknath, and happy to see you, Leknath. Thank you so much. Shout outs back to you. You've always been very profound with your questions. So, you're looking up to your teachers for your answers. I hope they can satisfy you. So we are also trying, we're also looking for answers just like you people. It's a process we can, all of us can hold hands and find the answers together. That's all I hope for. Thank you for keeping in touch, Leknath. I want to see you grow more through the years. Thank you, Vijay sir.
Thank you, ma'am. I think you missed out Ronald's talk. Ronald is here. Ronald.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I saw Ronald. Oh, by the way, hi, Ronald. So, I mean, Ronald is like, we've studied together. We were together since
A long time.
junior,
Yes.
yeah, junior school, junior high. So,
Yes, there's a large amount of history there. But
I know. Let's not go there, Ronald.
yes,
Anyway, so good to see you here, Ronald. Welcome to the community. I hope you're getting the community feeling finally after leaving. I mean, the
Yes.
college. It's been years. We're getting a chance to get back together. So good to
Yes.
see you, Ronald.
Yes, the rush has come back. Feel young again. I am young, but still getting that energy back. Ma'am, really nice to see that you've been in the loop here, and that's really nice to hear from you, Leknath. I'd like to share with you my best wishes on the cyber farm, cyber village project that you have, and that's just amazing. And yes, I think the word jugaad, I think that's somewhere else where we can go to find more. And my good wishes to you. And and if there's anything that I can do from my end, please be in touch, and we can surely connect.
I'll be in touch with you. I have few queries actually. I always have.
I have one question. Especially maybe for, yeah, it's for Leknath. Mohammad Saruk has sent me one message that Leknath, I have one question. Please say, I will listen through YouTube. How you resolve the trouble when client says no? When it's a negotiation kind of resolution maybe. When the client says no to you, you as a service provider, and for any case, if your client is saying, straight away, no, I don't want to take your software, or I'm not interested in doing things. Why are you explaining me? And all that negative part comes in. Then how will you resolve that? I think that's the question which I have understood from this page. You हाम्रो interaction, alumni interaction को page मा. So Leknath, if you can answer. You are muted, I guess.
Maybe I am getting the right context here. I might not be getting the right context here, but then see first, I'll answer this question in my own context that I have in my mind. Okay, so I think I got that answer in another way maybe. So it's like before you go, or before you approach someone, uh, there is, you should involve a certain kind of background research process, that you can have a team there who works for you. Anyways, we have sales and pre-sales team that looks over all those things. And understanding your see, as a service providing company, we have certain industries that we focus, certain industry that we target to generate sales or get clients here. So we understand that industry first, and if there are certain verticals, we try to understand them, and then we look at our client, using the jargon again. If you have certain lead, then you go, understand that lead, their requirements. So first step is to understand your client, okay, and it's not as simple as understanding the client. Uh, there are certain things we consider while following a leader, client, and we try to avoid that situation where the client will straight away say no. And usually that situation doesn't come where you have, at least for us, we deal usually B2B, and then the clients with whom we go and present our solution, or we will be putting out our proposals or anything. It's like it's more of like collaborative way, wherein we'll have inputs, and then we understand each other better, and then we try to serve them what suits them. So if there is a no, if I get no in a meeting with a client, then obviously my next step will be to get deeper into that no, because if you are getting a no, then there is a reason that you are getting no, and then until unless you are not ready to fix that reason, that whatever thing brought out that no, then there is no point adding another point to that, because no matter how you try to replace, no matter how you try to control that damage with doing this and that, adding more points and all, anyways, if your solution that you are providing, then if that is not convincing enough for the client, then there is no point making you know any more points. If but then that doesn't apply to situations wherein there are some kind of communication issue with some communication, because usually that is what we deal when we are working in this field. We have multiple industries that IT as an industry service provider, we as IT service provider, we have to deal with. Like sometimes you will be dealing with someone from tourism, sometimes from people from government agencies, and sometimes just another young entrepreneur. And uh, chances are there, the no must have come out from some kind of miscommunication, or loophole in our communication process. And my response will be to look into it, and I would rather ask for few more minutes or some more time, and look into it in a better way, so that I can present my idea, my solution, my proposal in a better way. Because usually no is not because we get no, not because the thing you are presenting or the thing you are you know pitching is not right, and that is not even the case. It's never the case. It's actually because the way of communication, maybe we might have started in a wrong context, or maybe there might be mismatch in the scale of the given thing that we are discussing. So it's always about communication. That's why I already highlighted how important it is to be able to communicate better. Uh, so yeah. So here I assume that no is because of some kind of communication issue, and then that can be resolved. And if more information is provided, maybe I can guide through the process. Otherwise, I hope I answered the question.
Yes, thank you, Leknath. I think Shahrukh has got his answer already.
Yes.
If anyone has any query, they are ready to
Sir,
answer.
so mine this side.
Yes, yes, Mike, please go ahead.
So I don't have very much. Actually, I would like to add on that answer Leknath gave. Actually, the thing is, I think although I am right now, I am in different field, because but basic always remains same. But I think is because now I am in a garments manufacturing and tracking adventure gears. Like I provide services to them. Like I give stuff to them. So basic always remain the same products. You have products and you need to provide the you need to provide the product to your client. That's what I. That is the basic idea. The when the client says no, first of all we need to. I think we need to understand that no one has a time to waste. So if the client is approaching to you, that means he obviously wants something from you. That is why he or you are approaching to him. So maybe the product you are giving to that client, maybe he don't need that actually. So you need to understand what he or she needs that time. Maybe if you are providing him something, let's say in your IT thing, you are providing him something XYZ and he needs different thing. So that is I think that if you properly understand what he needs, so you will be able to understand properly and deliver properly. Another thing is that I would like to add, if you will allow me to say, I think uh, it's my personal experience. Presentation of the person is very important, very important. Like whenever you go to the person, how you approach the things, I'll give you example. Actually, I had a meeting in Delhi. So it is a very big company, Rock Sport Adventure Gear company. So they arrange a group for trackings and all. So I provide sleeping bags and this minus 15 degrees temperature jackets and all to them. So to approach them, I had to, I had to hire Audi. I don't have Audi. Obviously, I don't have Audi. So I had to hire an Audi to just to look, presentable. Yeah. So that then they, they think that okay, this guy has something. So they will give me extra 5 to 10 minutes just to talk. And whenever they just ask, okay, you want something healthy, and I don't say no, because I want that 15 minutes extra. Oh, yeah, I would like to have the coffee and tea, whatever it is. So that is my experience. So I think that is also important. That's, everything is okay. And really, I really admire you, Ronaldo. You are always great. I really, you and the Nishadi, Narbuda, you were really great, and I always looked up to you. And you were so humble, and you were the nicest guy in that in blue badge, in gray badge. Really nice to see you. And Leknath, congratulations and best of all the wishes to you. Hope you do great in your venture, whatever you are doing. That's all, sir.
Thank you, Mayank. Thank you.
I think if nobody is having any question, I have a question on behalf of my students to all the software engineers here. I mean, even not only software engineers, all the professionals here who has become a professional here. See, we have a subject called professional practice in our curriculum, right? So a rigid syllabus or a rigid instruction is given that you have to do this in this way and this way. You have to take them to an industry visit. They have not said what kind of industry we are supposed to take them. And they have said you have to give them a, a small professional work, right? So that way, a fixed guidelines is given to us. So in a way, up to up to this year, we have been managing somehow. Somehow we've been why that jugaad kind of thing, क्या लानु अब NIC लगेर and then sometimes मल्लीको त्यो ब्रिभरिज फ्याक्ट्रीमा लगेर and kind of जुगाडै हुँदैछ अहिले लेखनाथले भनेको जस्तो, right? So I mean, what do you suggest कि I mean अब त्यो लाइनमा चाहिँ in terms of a professional practice as a subject, now how do we inculcate students? Because by the end of fifth semester or by the end of fourth semester itself, we come to know that who is what kind of student is leaning towards what kind of profession, and who doesn't want to work, who wants to study, and who wants to be an entrepreneur. All that will definitely come to our head. So but then यो सिलेबसको यो प्याटर्नले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ we are finding it a little difficult to mold students according to their choice of profession, choice of their career. त्यसमा अलिकति if you can highlight like what kind of what kind of extra input apart from that syllabus of OS and web technology and all that, what kind of extra we can give them so that alikati boost हुन्छ क्या, the people who is onto entrepreneurship will get alikati push. People who wants to go become a software engineer will get, okay, मैले यो गरेँ भने चाहिँ as a professional प्र्याक्टिसको सब्जेक्टमा चाहिँ इफ आई डु दिस इट विल हेल्प मी अ लट भन्ने भएछ भने चाहिँ सो समथिङ इट्स अ युज डाइभर्स टपिक भयो मेरो लागि, त्यो तपाईँहरूको लागि पनि होइन. बट देन इफ यु क्यान हाइलाइट फ्यु 2-3वटा टपिक छ भने चाहिँ वी विल पुट दिस अप इन नेक्स्ट सिलेबस रिभिजनमा क्या. So I want you all to give your own views on this. I think I made you all clear about professional practice as a subject.
So professional, I think.
Okay, I will take the lead. Saurabh this side.
Yes, Saurabh, please go ahead.
Yeah. So, if I have understood the question correctly, I would answer this. Means it is the same problem, so whatever people are facing at the time of employment as well. The traditional education system has been changed, and the work that we are doing in the professional environment, be it Accenture, be it entrepreneurship, be it Cognizant, TCS. I have personally been to 5 organizations. So these are the real-time problems, and as per reports, the latest report, somewhere close to around 100 billion of job loss will be happening in next couple of years because of automation or because of new technology. So why don't we just incline or just put up a subject or something? Means you already have a subject like this, but we should just inculcate the new things that are coming in the market. When I say new things, machine learning, yes, of course, automation, the second part of it. So whatever is happening in the market, we should try to put up that. It will help the students to know that what exactly they have to do, because right now if they go back to any company, Java, C, C++, this all things have been outdated. Coming out from diploma, doing some sort of support jobs will not help them in the real time environment, be it Bangalore, Delhi, Hyderabad, Mumbai, or anywhere. So these are first thing, they will see the value to it. Second, they will see the money involved in the employment, and which will boost them. So this is what my view is. Means we should put up the new topics or whatever is happening in the market. We should try to give them a knowledge that, look, if you study this, you will be benefiting out of it, and the current market rate says this is the value or this is the salary as per the trends. So they will be also inclined towards the things, and then they will try to pursue it. This is what my view is.
So I would like to add something here. Sir, CCCT is a kind of institute where we have students from 15, 16 to around 18, 19 at max. At that time, apart from all these technical competences, that is obviously required to do something in the industry. One more thing that we every time we highlight as holistic development, but then we rarely have anything for personal development of the students. So, and in the professional activities, why that is important is because the next generation of workforce is going to be defined by the human values, not so simply we can put it this way that the most of the business process thing that is going on in the industry right now, it's not going to be there in next 10 years. Automation is you know it's working on that way. So the students we have, though, they are all of us, we are young minds, and to make ourselves something out of something, we need more of strong ethics and human values. Many a times something like this happens. Okay, I'll highlight something. There is one guy, uh, nobody codes better than him in PHP in Sikkim. Okay, uh, but what if that guy doesn't want to uh, give his best, or doesn't know that way how to keep how to keep himself motivated to deliver his best, so that he can make he can create value out of him. So in the end, it's all about human values, or how we are as person we are being developed. And in a institute like CCCT, where we are still in our early late teenage and early 20s, where most of the things, most of the habits can still be changed. Why not focus on more of personal development thing? Because see, there are skill sets that Udemy is teaching everywhere, and those are really good. I recommend Udemy to the online courses to most of my interns who are here. Acquiring a skill set is not a big thing, but then having that value which drive you to acquire something, that is important, and that as an institute, CCCT can do it well.
Hi, sir. So apologies,
Yes, yes.
I did not have much as a quick fix to this. The only thing that is coming to me right at this point is I understand that this would be towards the end of the academic duration, and towards that point in time, if this can be added as a check that groups of students can be tagged to some senior, somebody who's already there. For example, I think alumni would be a very good platform for something like this, and people who are already exposed to a certain format of industry. If we are able to go and connect, I think that communication will begin to start, and the young minds can then look into the options available, trainings available, the amount of money that is present in the industry. What is the route to take it? I think that would help. I think so. That's the only input I have at this point.
Sir, I would also like to add on this, sir. Can I?
Yes, yes, please.
So I think well, the time of I think in sixth semester you can have a kind of few lectures on uh, economical side of the things, like in the market. Students are going, they are about to leave the college and about to join few industries and all. So they need to understand the economics of the word, which products, which companies, like which sector is doing what at what speed. Like nowadays, like yesterday, day before yesterday, Reliance, they already planned, now we are going for green energy. So maybe after 10 years we are looking for the green energy, and slowly we are just going for the electric cars and all. So I think they also need to be aware of the economic structure of the things, like whatever we are doing, is this sector, we need to choose this sector or that sector, whichever sector they choose. They need to be aware of the whole thing. So I think that will also help how the shares work, the shares and stocks are working on that thing. I think they will get an idea, and they would be able to I think choose properly which sector they are going after.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much. Everyone's point of view will be taken care of when we try and implement, when we try and accommodate a little bit of change in the syllabus. All right. So if anyone has any question,
Sir, it's Vishal here. May I speak something in addition to people?
right, Visa, why not?
Sir, actually, I want to suggest one thing is as the technology is going ahead, and other also said everything is moving into automation, AI, blockchain, and quantum computing. So the basis technology is fine, but the base of each and everything is algorithmic thinking and technical thinking. So from first semester, you should add certain subject which should make each and every student to make think in that specific way. Result is at least they should think first, then they will think whether the result will be negative or positive from first semester onwards, not from fifth semester. So it will create a strong base for each and every student who is passing out of CCCT for his future.
Okay, Visa. Actually, I'm writing.
Because when presently right now I'm working with banking systems and it's totally based on AI and deep learning. I think that most of the people who are working nowadays means in engineering students also means just they're passing out or doing support jobs and anything. But to be frank, these things will not work in future. It's a strict truth, hard truth.
Okay. Okay. Mhm. Thank you, Vishal. Thank you.
Maybe so. That's it, sir.
Anybody else? I think it'll be unfair to our HOD Lal sir if I don't give him 10 minutes to speak. So we are at 5:50 and Lal sir till 6. I think you have you have mic on, sir. Please.
Yeah, hello. No, it's not like
Yes, sir.
that. Good afternoon, everybody. I really feel very happy that Ronald is present here today. I was forget him for long back ago that where is Ronald was there, but now he's coming in the scene now. Then Mayank, who is gone outside but again become a Sikkimese now. Okay, coming back to the Sikkim. Then D. Visal is also there. Leknath, there are these students are really they were the gems of my department. I never forget them because the way they were performing, they were doing in the department is really very good. So that's why we have Vijay has organized this type of program. At least our student who are existing students are there. They should listen your talks. They should get motivated because nowadays the generation who are coming they are totally being diverted. They are what you can say. They are not able to find the correct way of to approach their career because so much of things has come on the way. Like 2 years, COVID situation has come. All classes is going online. Now this has also brought in them to go out of touch of their books and other things. Only they are totally depends on the class. Okay, on the nets, everything. But anyhow, you people are coming and discussing Saturday, Sunday. This is one of the very good thing that you people are delivering and giving a nice lecture that I'm listening all of you very quietly and listening that Ronald, Mang, Devisal, Saurabh, then Leknath. Oh, they means brilliantly they have explained each and everything about their careers. So my student, existing students should take the lesson from them. They were thinking that, okay, that class, if you're attending today or not tomorrow, is no issue. But you ask them, my dear student who are existing and studying right now, you can ask them questions. You can approach them if you have any problems. I'm telling they are always there to help you people in each and every aspect. Okay, so to the students who are listening, so I'm very much thankful to you all, Mank, Ronald, Divisal, Saurabh, might be some more students will be present. Let me check the name. We're all there. I think Ganesh Gupta is also there. Very good. That is Ganesh is also there. Krishna Sharma. Then neutral. I think that is Ronald. Might be.
No, sir. Actually,
Ronald
my
is there. Oh, Mayank. Okay, Mayank is a neutral. Eskara, that is, he's also very good. He has not speak today. I don't know what is the reason. At least I think he was listening to the Saro Suman. He speaks so. But yes, those who are there, like Vishalti, oh, very good. Thank you for people are giving time to come into the this program and sharing your ideas and sharing your success story of your life. Hope our student will take the advantages of this and they will also learn and try to do become something like you people today. Thank you for everybody and thank you very much for attending this program. Thank you, Vijay.
Thank you, sir.
Let's switch on my camera so that I can show my face to Ronald also. Mank also, because they might be forget my face.
Why, sir?
Sir.
Yeah, Divisal.
Well, sir, very good to see your face after so long.
Oh, Jyoti, hi, thank you. Oh, very good evening. You are also present. Oh my God, good. Jyoti.
Yes, sir, I'm
We
listening.
need
I'm listening
so
to the
like
students.
this type of at least. Jyoti is also part of the alumni. She's looking after the means CCCT alumni. She will
No, sir,
also
I'm
might
not.
be
Why
going
will
to
I look
organize.
after the alumni? I'm not a pass out from here. Joyce is looking after the alumni.
But you also
Not
do
me.
part of that.
But yeah, I'm always very fond of my alumni. I'm so happy today. I just spoke to two of them. Now I can see Mayank speaking. And so it's like,
Yeah,
takes me back
yeah, that
to
is
college days when they used to date and now they are like married for so many years. That long,
yeah. That's
strong relationship. We are very proud of that as well, Mayank.
yes.
And I also, I'm so, again, I saw uh, Saurabh speaking. My God, Saurabh, I'm listening to you after so long. And I'm
Yeah.
really proud of you. I'm really proud of what you've turned into. It gives me hope that if I, hang on a little longer and believe in my students, maybe they'll turn back, and you've proved that. So that gives me another, push to hang on more to my students who've lost track. So maybe if
True.
we carry on, if we just hold on to them, maybe we can bring them back. So yeah, I'm really, really, really proud of this. And
Thank you so
Yeah,
much, man.
I am surprised that the communication of Saurabh has improved a lot. My God, when he was in the CCTV, I was now
he
listening
never
that the totally
spoke, sir. Very
is
quiet
a
person.
gap between the you are from the there's a lot of gaps has come into you, man. Your communication is improves a lot. I'm telling you, that's very good that you are have improving yourself. Very good, nice.
Thank you
We
so
will
much,
also,
sir.
of course, they have and Mank also. Mank, at least sometime visit man in Namchi also. I'm staying in Namchi.
I'm not in Sikkim, sir. I left Sikkim 3 years ago. I'm here in Dehradun, sir.
But you are not coming to your Sasurali?
No, sir, actually. we are planning for this year, sir. Maybe.
That's what I'm telling. Whenever you visit to the Sikkim, at least come to my home
Yes, sure,
also.
sure,
I'm
sir. This
staying in
time,
Namchi.
this time I'll come,
Please
sir.
give our regards. Please give our regards to Tashi.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
So, Ronald, where you are staying right now? You are still in Sikkim or you are at Jaipur or somewhere? I forget. I was not
Sir, Bangalore, sir.
listening.
Sir,
Yeah,
Still in Bangalore, sir.
Bangalore. You are staying at
Yes,
the.
sir.
Okay, thank. So, now see, I thinking that we should organize 1 day, 5 day work like this a program to our junior student to organize some technical program for practical workshop, all of these things. Let me discuss that okay afterwards because now we have got the students from our alumni, so might be they will help us in organizing all this program. Okay, Vijay, this is
Sure.
from my side. Thank you. That is Vijay. Is a great work is doing. Right, us.
Sir, you are on mute. Bijay, sir, you are on mute.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, from bottom of my heart. Uh, Tomorrow also we are having session. We have two speakers tomorrow, so hopefully you all also find some time and for a take a cup of coffee and just listen to them, be with us, interact with us. They'll fetch us lot of motivation, improvement from our sides, lot of push for us also, like Jyotimam rightly mentioned. So it's win-win situation. We are also learning from you all because lot of things which I heard today from Ronald and Leknath as well as from neutral opinion. See, I have also learned so many things. I've also come to know so many things which, it would not have been done if this kind of program is not would have been arranged. So thank you so much from the entire team of CCT, entire team of DCST, entire students. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Take care. The situation is too bad, so take care. Everyone, stay safe. Let's meet tomorrow again at 4 o'clock. Thank you. Thank you so
Sure.
much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good day. Bye-bye.
Stay home. Stay safe, everybody.
Cheers.
Okay,
Bye, everyone.
bye bye. Bye bye.
Stay safe.